That does my head in, right? At least you're getting a Premier League striker.
I can't unsee it now.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Anyway, what's gone right?
What's gone right is Nuno.
Alright, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs channel. As always, people know to smash that like button, hit subscribe, because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here today for an opposition preview with the high-flying tree of the Premier League. It's ForestFanTV and Wolfie. How we doing? Keeping well?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm just like, I don't know. I miss you guys. I wish
this
you
is
were
like
up
a
there
long
with
sad
us.
goodbye. You were already resigned to the fact that we're
No,
leaving the
I'm
Premier League,
saying I miss you guys being around us. Obviously, I would like you guys to be up with us. I feel like, you know,
You want us to be third. I appreciate that.
Yeah, fourth. We're back to third now. Bloody Arsenal, Spurs, man, don't get me started on them. But I just love that, you know, we're putting people's noses out, and I want more of the other 14 to be doing it as well. To see the meltdown in this Cartel 6, the way they treat our clubs is a joke. And I'm not just talking about the Premier League, I'm talking about those fan bases as well, because all we've been hearing this year is, oh, you're going to drop off, you're going to fall away. And that slowly has now changed to next season, you won't be there. Enjoy your moment in the sun and what have you. Yeah, so like flip the table on its head, so to speak, you know. Let those traditional, and I'm talking, when I'm saying the other 14 clubs, I do have my biases. I'm talking about traditional clubs. You guys, us, you know, Villa, those ones. Don't give me the Brentfords and the Brightons of this world. No, give me proper heritage teams, you know, and screw the Cartel 6 and, you know, let the trees rise to the top is what I say, both of us, mate.
Wow, what a start to the show! The trees rise to the top. That's the first one.
Pretty philosophical, isn't it? Yeah.
I like it. There's some deep meaning in that.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's gone right? I know. We can talk about the various kind of details, but I'm sure a lot of football fans out there will be looking in and they'll be watching lots of pundits on TV talk about what's going on at Forest and not really getting a proper answer. So I'm going to ask the source of all knowledge of the club. There we go. Little plug for you there.
For me, mate.
Subscribe to ForestFanTV, by the way. What's gone right at Forest?
What's gone right is Nuno. It has to be said. And I think it's breaking football back down to, again, going old school. Everyone's trying to be Pep, aren't they? I mean, you guys had it with Russell Martins. Unfortunately, it didn't work out this season. When Nuno's just turned around and said, do you know what? Fundamentals of football haven't changed since the day the ball was invented. Defend well, cover your box, don't concede, be compact, be pragmatic, work hard, work for each other, and then chances will come, and when they come, take them. He's just broken it down into the simplicity of football. And that's what's worked. He's also looked at the problems we had over the summer. Now, he came in last December when Cooper left, and he had a lot to deal with. He had, obviously, we were in a relegation battle. We had PSR. We had points docked. We had all the VAR decisions going against us. The infamous tweet that cost us £750,000, man. Yeah, poor Marinakis.
Wow.
And there was a lot of players that weren't up to scratch. And in the summer, he was like, right, you're gone, you're staying, you're gone, and what have you. He compacted that squad. And then he looked at it and thought, right, we conceded so many corner goals and dead ball goals last season. I need a beast at the back. Milenkovic, in you come, 13 million. What a player he's been. And for me, he's been the fundamental. If you look on the pitch itself, Milenkovic, for me, Murillo's getting all the plaudits, rightly so. I love him. I told you about him last year, how good he was. But Milenkovic has come in and said, right, I'm an old school defender. Reminds me a lot of Vidic. He's like, the ball comes, I'll head it away. I'll read the game in front of me. You never see him sliding in for a challenge or anything because he's always calm, positionally correct. He's like, Murillo, you want to go on a 50-yard run with the ball and shoot from wherever, you do it. I've got you covered here. And because we built that foundation across the back, and I'm not just talking about those two, Einar for me has been phenomenal at right back, And Nico Williams has switched to left back from being a right back, and he's been exceptional as well. And that gives the confidence into the attack that if we score one goal, the likelihood is more times than not, these boys at the back won't concede. And even if they get through their cells, who I didn't really see him as being what he is right now. He's just pulling worldies and keeping clean sheets and what have you. And because we got the
goalkeeper that played on against Liverpool?
Yeah, against Liverpool,
He's unreal.
He's been doing that consistently all season. Before that game, I think he'd had 4 clean sheets in a row. He's been pulling off worldies after worldies, and I never saw it coming, bro. I never saw it coming. And then so that just means as soon as we pull the team out, because it's not a low block, that's the misunderstanding the Cartel 6 fan bases have. It's a mid block, but it's compact. As soon as we drag them into our half, win the ball, release it to the wingers, and then you've got Cristiano Ronaldo just bagging him in. By the way, mate, a couple in my chat the other day was saying, Mikey looks like Wood. And I was like, nah.
I've got my family in New Zealand.
There are elements to it. I mean, I get Postecoglou all the time. That does my head in, right? At least you're getting a Premier League striker, right?
I can't unsee it now.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Like, whenever we play Spurs, I'm doing a preview. It was a live preview of the Spurs fans. It's like, he looks like Postecoglou. I'm like, is this how Chappie feels when everyone's like, has anyone ever told you look like Vardy? You know? But back to it. So that's what's happened, mate.
Okay.
And then they brought into this philosophy with Nuno, but it's just snowballed out of control at the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, Forest have already hit 40 points. Are we in a European battle? We started to rise up the table. Yeah, we're safe. Yeah. It's like, okay, are we now in a Champions League battle? We kept going up. Dare we say the T word, title, you know? And you know me, I'm a big mouth. I'm like, yeah, I'll say it.
That was my next question, because I know what you know your prediction at the start of the season. You know, whenever you asked you, so where do you see Forest ending at the start of the season? But as it stands right now, what is a successful season for Forest with what we know right now, with the position they're in, which is what, third? Got that right?
Third, yeah.
Third. Yeah. What are you expecting? And what would be success for Forest right now?
I said at the start of the season 8th. I was kind of targeting the Conference League spot, and I got shot down by everyone. Yeah, and now I get shot down for saying 8th like it's too low. Realistically, Europe is a success for me, and I think the majority of the fan base would agree. And it's getting to the stage now where even the most pessimistic Forest fans are accepting if we don't make Europe now, it's not disappointment. You know what I'm saying? It would be like, oh man, look at the position we put ourselves in. We should have done it. So I still think there's this mentality in the fan base where we're expecting the worst. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's still people who are like, well, we're safe now. Whatever happens is a bonus from here. And I think all these opinions are valid. But I just look at the teams around us and I think Arsenal don't look that good with Saka out, with Wanyeri getting out, Jesus is out. Depends on what they recruit in the January window. I can't believe I'm talking about Arsenal and Forest, bro. So. Forgive me, guys. I'm not here. I'm honestly, Mike will tell you, I really want you guys to stay out, but he's asked me the question, right? And I just think if we'd beaten Liverpool, I'd have been coming here almost topless, showing my chest, man, and saying we're winning the league. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we're out the league. But realistic, look, when people ask me, they ask me all the time, are Forest in a title race? And my instant response is yes. And then they go, really? And I'm like, well, let me explain it. If you're in a title race, it does not necessitate that you win the title. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City were all in a title race last season. Only one team won it. So Forest are in a title race. Will they win it? I would love to hope so. Yeah, really shake up this Cartel 6. Realistically, I would love Champions League football. But any European football is success, mate. Anything would be success.
Yeah, I think you're right to say that Forest are in the title race, because I think you're there on merit. You know,
Mm,
you've beaten the team at the top at Anfield, and you've taken a point off them at home.
yeah,
So you're taking 4 points off the current leaders. So you know, we all get tired of hearing the sort of lazy punditry saying, "Oh, they'll drop off, they'll drop off, they'll drop
yeah,
off." Well, sometimes those clubs around you don't pick up, and Man City are where
exactly.
they are, and Chelsea, you know, only picking up 5 points over the Christmas period. So this is a fascinating part of the season where you have a large amount of games over a short period of time, and then all of a sudden this has happened, and here we are. So who knows what will be at the end of the season? But we certainly do wish you all the very best after this game on
Of
Sunday.
course.
You've mentioned a few of the players already, but in particular to see how Southampton are setting up as very much a defensive base, fast counter-attacking style football now. Who's going to pose a threat to that? Who's specific? Any particular players in the Forest lineup that you think are going to tear us apart or cause us any kind of problems?
I don't think it will tear you apart, mate. I think, and I've said this before the Liverpool match, I'm more worried about the Southampton game than the Liverpool game because of your style of play. Because I
Okay.
expect Liverpool to have wanted to come and attack, which plays into our hands. Whereas Southampton, I don't think will have that same approach to Liverpool. You're not going to send 11 men into our half or 10. I mean,
Mm.
Allison at some points was pushing up to the
Yeah.
halfway line. But what
Rambo
that
loves to
did, that
creep, yeah.
what that did, that created space for us, and that's how we got our goal. Quick, won the ball in midfield, quick transition, quick counter attack, and that's really how the majority of our goals have come. They never come from dominating possession or anything like that. It's quick, different tactics of play, getting the ball out wide to Elanga or Morgan Gibbs White, picking it up the middle, feeding a nice pass and what have you. I think for me, if you can keep our wingers quiet and
Hmm.
if you play mid block, around that time, I, I'd be I would be fascinated to see if you low blocked against us because no team has and said to
Mm.
us, "Here you go, Forest. You're third in the league. Yeah, we're gonna
Mm.
we're gonna see what you can do when we give you the ball." And for me, I'm not
Mm.
convinced Forest can break down a low blocking team. We've seen it like in little splatters throughout the season, and Forest struggled. And I just think if I was a Southampton fan here looking at it, don't fall into Forest trap. Every single
Okay.
team so far has not read the room, has not decided to, okay, they think they're third in the league. Let's give them the ball and see what happens. So if you do that, I think we would struggle to break you down more so. If you
Mm.
come out and you look at this game and think we need to target this game, okay, I get their third, but they still have that DNA of a relegation fight from the last couple of years, and you leave us space and you let our wingers have grass to run into, then I can see us winning the game comfortably. I think a lot of this game depends on your approach and how your manager looks at it. And does he think, let's try it and go it against the grain? Let's just give them the ball and see what happens.
Mm.
It could be a fascinating game. I am worried about it. Genuinely, I am worried about it. But I'm worried about every game. All right. So it's a case of that would be my advice to you guys. If Nuno's watching, sorry, Nuno, I didn't mean to give away your tactics, but you know, I do want to see it. I want to see my team tested in that way to
Okay.
see can we make that next step.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, that's where the threats be in terms of the individuals. Alanga's come into really good form, probably thanks to me because I've criticized him all season. So I'm hoping he watched a few of my pointers, and it seems he has. Elliot Anderson, the kid we picked up from Newcastle, exactly what you
Mm.
were saying about the PSR stuff. They had to sell him to us for it.
Yeah.
12 million net it cost us because they brought Vlachodimos, our goalkeeper, for like 22 million.
Mm.
He's been
Mm.
really good, real hard worker. And I think with him and Morgan Gibbs White, they get that midfield to tick. But yeah, that's where our strengths are. If you can keep our wingers quiet, if you don't give them the space, then there could be something in it for you.
Mm. Well, that is very promising here. So yeah, just referring, I think we talked about PSR on your show, so make
Mm.
sure everyone go back and watch the preview I did with Wolfie as well, so you understand the rest of that conversation. But okay, finally, how do you see this one going in terms of score-wise and pounds out on the day?
Right. I'm going to say 0-0, right? But hear me out. I'm not allowed to predict anything but 0-0 until Forest next lose, because when we started this crazy run we're on, we won like 6 in a row, right? And stupidly on that first win, I predicted 0-0. So stupidly after that, I was like, all right, let me try it again. And then we won and we won and we won, right? Now I need to know the rules from my lot, whether or not I'm allowed to change, because we didn't beat Liverpool, right? But I haven't had confirmation from them. And I'm telling you, man, they'll threaten me. My life is under threat. I'm not even joking, right? I dared the other week to say, guys, can I change from 0-0? It's just like, no's in the live chat, right? So I'm going to say 0-0. And if my lot are watching, put some comments down below. I'm so bored of predicting 0-0. I want to say what I actually think, right? But I can't. So yeah, I'll go 0-0, mate. I'll go 0-0.
Okay, I think we'll take that. A point on the road will be absolutely fantastic. So so yeah, no, we certainly look forward to that.
There's something we can do to help you break Derby's record. Like, you know.
Well, there you go. Exactly. There's incentive for you in that if we can share the points. So but who knows?
You know, if it's 0-0, they'll kill me as well. Yeah.
If it comes out. Well, you got a title to win these days, so you know you got to be thinking about that and beating the Conference League. So, but there we go. Wolfie, thank you so much for joining us for this opposition preview. Please, everyone, make sure they smash a subscribe and like on ForestFanTV. Absolutely fantastic coverage of Nottingham Forest and absolutely crushing it on the YouTube, TikTok, and all the social media games. So definitely go give them a follow. As always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, see ya.